Hello world, and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are doing a pick a card reading about the portals to the 2024 of your dreams. So I usually don't, this is Palo Santo, and I am cleansing the space because I'm cleansing the energy from 2023. We're releasing it, we're letting it go. We are embracing 2024, and we are creating the 2024 of our dreams. I wanted to do that because I have seen so many readings about predictions and what's going to happen, and I kind of feel like, you know what? Why don't you make it happen? So we go through, this is our portals to 2024, and we're going to pick your portal card. The first portal here is going to be 15 enter. The second portal here, we have 42 rebirth. And the third portal here, we have 6 sunrise. So you choose, that's the whole point of a pick a card. You use your intuition to choose the portal that is right for you. Once we get there, I am using these cards and these cards. We use the same cards to ask a bunch of questions. So we'll ask about 2024, the energy of 2024, how it relates to these portals, and then in the second part I ask specifically about love, career, and our personal development, so you don't want to miss that. If you like to pick with objects or the assistance of objects, for group 1, this is amethyst. I'm just going to place that right here. For group number 2, rebirth, this is smoky quartz. Just going to put that there. And for group number 3, our sunrise, this is rose quartz. So that's a lot to ingest. If you're still not sure where to go, I'm going to do a breathing exercise. I invite you to do that with me. Just going to take a comfortable seat. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and release. We're releasing out any tension. We're setting the intention that you get the messages that you need to receive. Take another deep breath in and release. Okay, be here in this moment. Go ahead and open your eyes, and wherever your eyes are drawn, that is the group for you. I appreciate you being here. If you like readings like this, please like and subscribe and let me know what you think about the reading, and I will see you at your group. Hello, group 1. If you chose this portal to enter, you are in the right space. So let's talk about it. I also wanted to pull out this card and reveal it. We have perception. So this next year, 2024, is the time to jump in. I feel like there are opportunities that are here for you, things that you see for yourself. You see a life that you want. You have goals, you have dreams, but so far it feels like you have been paralyzed and haven't been moving forward. What comes to mind is if you want to do something, you will. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. And sometimes, and it's completely normal, we really do want to do something. We think about it. It comes up in our minds, but it just seems like it's just so far off or so difficult or so unattainable for who we are that we just don't do it. Those are all excuses. Those are all things that we tell ourselves. And that's okay, but 2024 is the year where you release those and let those go. It's important to think about the things that you tell yourself, those ideas, and how you feel about it, your perception about it, because we need to shift that. We need to change that. Perception is very interesting too, because it feels like chaos is all around us. And that is kind of what this, this is the sacred geometry. So it's what this sacred geometry, it's what this form kind of represents chaos. But within the chaos, we have clarity and order. And it's you finding that clarity, it's you finding that order. It says the frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. So there's a lot of soul searching here for 2024. There's a lot of leaping. There's a lot of trusting yourself, trusting that future self, trusting the 2024 version of you. I think it would be helpful if you took a moment to think about a year from now, the type of person that you are, that you want to be, and then just start integrating it and just start embracing it. And you'll start finding the path, you'll start finding the way, you'll start seeing these open doors for you. Maybe it is a job that doesn't pay as much as you thought it would, but gets you into the type of work that you really deep down want to do. And then from there you start moving up and you start moving forward, like once you start embracing your dreams. Let's talk about, before we get too far into the future, here we go. Let's talk about a lesson learned from this previous year. And it's interesting that this comes out. This is the Two of Swords. This is about choices. And the thing is, a lot of times we're so paralyzed by choices, or picking the right choice, or we're so concerned about choosing the right choice that we don't choose anything. And we sit here at the crossroads. And sometimes the Two of Swords can keep us in this circle here of our own thought. What's important in making decisions, like your lesson from 2023, what you need to move forward with is you actually making decisions, but having that goal in mind, I think, is what is important here for you. Head and heart decisions, getting your head and your heart on the same page. Sometimes, and a lot of times this is heart over head decisions, which means that the decision you make, you just know deep down inside it's the right thing to do. It doesn't seem logical, you can't get your head around it, but you just know you want to do it. Follow that heart, and then the logic kind of comes in behind it. And this is definitely leaping out of your comfort zone, pushing yourself and developing yourself more is what's coming in. When I see the Two of Swords, I often think of, there's a great Rush song, Canadian rock band. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. And usually that choice of sitting on the fence is worse than either choice that you're contemplating to make. It keeps you, and that choice is a choice made out of fear. It's not a choice made out of logic, or not a choice made out of love, or not a choice made out of your intuition. So you have to decide what is the right choice for you. So choosing, taking risks, stepping out, following your heart, that is 2020. That's, you're leaving the stagnation behind in 2023, and we're moving forward here in 2024 with the choices that you're making. So we have a personal theme, we have lessons learned from the past, and then let's talk about what to expect from 2024. What can we expect from this year? And look at this, we get the Nine of Cups. That version of yourself that I told you to think about, to contemplate, the Nine of Cups is the wish card. This is going out and getting your dreams. This is you going and grabbing it. This is confidence. This is looking forward. Look at your Two of Swords here, looking backwards even. This is moving forward. This is pushing forward. This is going after your dreams. This is having confidence in yourself to do that and coming back like very victorious. It's really interesting because this figure, she has like this armor on. She has this collar on, and it kind of reminds me of like a conquering knight. She looks like that, was it the first Queen Elizabeth? Okay, I'm not very good with the monarchy of England, but she is independent. She's feeling her strength, and she put that armor on because she's not concerned about what other people are thinking about her. She's more concerned about what she thinks about her. I was watching a video this morning actually about elegance. This woman was telling people how to be elegant, and honestly, it didn't sound very fun at all, and it was all based off of the perception of others. You should do this because people will think this about you. This Nine of Cups has let that go. She's not concerned about what other people think about her. She's concerned about what she thinks about herself, because at the end of the day, like what somebody thinks about you when you run into them at the grocery store, who cares? Like, who cares what their thoughts are about you? I mean, you might argue that it kind of matters what your parents think about you, or what your siblings think about you, or what your friends think about you. But at the end of the day, the person that you are with 24/7, all of the time, is yourself. And it matters more about your perception of yourself, what do you think about you. And then the funny thing about this, have you ever wondered how those kids in high school were like popular? You realize that the ones that, well, a lot of them really cared, and they weren't very happy. But a lot of it was fake it till you make it. So a lot of it is like this confidence. And when you have confidence, you know, because a lot of them had skills, they were popular for their skills. And when they excelled and when they were confident in themselves, that is what drew everybody else to them and to their side. So sometimes in the chaos here, a lot of people can't see what you see, but you know what you see, and you need to trust yourself here in 2024. So what to expect out of 2024, following your dreams, following your wishes. Nine of Cups is often called the wish card. This is another confirmation as well, is following your heart and your intuition. You know what is best and what is right for you. Now, is it going to be easy? No. What kind of an obstacle or challenge do we have here in 2024? We have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is interesting because queens, kings, pages, knights, these can be other people. So there's two kind of energies that are going on here, and you tell me, or you decide for yourself which is the right way. So when we come up with the Queen of Wands being an obstacle, this could actually be a person. Sometimes, you know, wands are related to fire signs. So we've got what? Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. So it could be a divine feminine who is a fire sign, or who has like a very fiery personality, who might be a naysayer around the things that you are telling them or confessing to them. Could be a parent, could be a mother, could be your mother-in-law, could be your sister, could be a friend. It could be somebody who I feel like cares about you, is concerned about you. I know somebody who wants to be a pilot, and he's amazing at it actually, but he never has followed that path because he's too concerned about his mom and the fear that she has around it. So this is a reminder again that you are the one who has to live with your decisions. You have to live with your choices. You are the one who has to be happy with it. And don't worry, you will show her. The other thing with the Queen of Wands, like this can be an energy. This can be an energy. And when I see her here as an obstacle, like, of course we want to be this Queen of Wands. She is confident. She knows what she's doing. Well, like the shadow side of it would be that fear-based person. But, and she's also very like attractive. She's very magnetic, very attractive, very passionate. She creates passion. And when she comes in here as an obstacle, we kind of see more of her shadow side though. So that's why I'm reading that way. I'm not doing reversals in this. I'm doing like specific questions. So based on the question, I know whether I'm dipping more into the shadow side or dipping more into the light. So the Queen of Wands could be how you see yourself at the end of the year. She's this ultimate creative, passionate version of yourself that you are trying to create, and sometimes you're going to hit obstacles, and that's okay. That's just part of the process. That's part of the journey. You need to keep going, okay? Just because you hit an obstacle, like, and it's crazy, the number. Usually if you're like an entrepreneurial type person, you'll hear things like, 80% of businesses fail, or even marriages, they say like 50% of marriages fail. Like, it's easy, and it's kind of sad, it's easy to get caught up in that negativity. And this is all about believing in yourself and understanding that there's going to be drawbacks. A lot of the drawbacks, though, it's how you perceive them. It's how you look at them. When you encounter an obstacle, it's actually your time to shine. It's your time to learn something. It's your time to show the world how you are pushing through. It's your time to make yourself better. So this is our obstacle. Now a strength. Let's talk about a strength for you for the next year. Yeah, this one's like, I want to come out. Look at this. We get Justice. Justice is an amazing strength card, or a card for strength. Justice is about balance. We get another sword here. Even though Justice isn't in the suit of swords, I feel like, we have kind of like that double-edged sword when we have with perception. Sometimes we look at things in a different way and a new way, and it is going to help propel us. So it is taking a moment whenever we encounter an obstacle, whenever we encounter maybe another person who doesn't believe in us. Maybe sometimes it is, we're working so hard on one aspect of our dream, perhaps it's your career, that it's a reminder that you need to step back and work on your personal life, or just enjoy the moment, or enjoy where you've been. So remember this balance. Justice is ruled by Libra, so Libra is all about that balance. Libra is about that so you work and home, and remember to balance things out. Usually when one piece of our life isn't unfolding the way that we want it to, there are other pieces of our life that we can lean into or look into that are doing well. So don't let any one thing sink you or hold you down. But there's also times when we come up against injustice in our life, and this is a reminder to be that better person, to be the bigger person, to trust in justice being served, and to trust in yourself and your vision. And that is your strength. That is the power that's coming out here in 2024. And then I just want to get one more card, kind of advice, or what you need to know going into 2024, and then we'll get into the other aspects of it, because as you can see, I'm starting to get a lot of cards out. So advice for you, and I love this advice. We get the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is about passion. Wands is about following your passion. And the Three of Wands, look at her. She's holding this ship. We've got this, she's feeling the largest, like her highest self. She's feeling the best version of herself. She's planning that version out, and she is looking at the horizon here on how to enact it. So the advice for you to get anything and everything that you want to become the beautiful Queen of Wands without all of the fear and all of the doubt attached to it is to keep going. Remember baby steps. I also think that journaling would help you out a lot. Putting down your goals. You don't have to do it every day. Just periodically return to it, especially when you hit a specific area of resistance. It's nice to have a place to put down your fears, to put down your challenges, to get that out of your mind, because I think it's what's really important, especially with the inter and the perception, is shining light on things that in your subconscious is maybe not working exactly for you. That's the problem here with this lesson of the Two of Swords from 2023. This is a card of being paralyzed. This is a card of having all of those thoughts and those things bubbling up in your head that it doesn't allow you to move forward. 2024 is all about moving forward. 2024 is about conquering. 2024 is about putting those goals in action, and you journal those things down. When you put it down on paper, what I like to do about it, because I don't want to stare at that stuff, although it can be helpful for, I suppose, self-reflection to see some of your insecurities and things. But if you don't get them out of your head, and you don't have somebody who's supporting you, or maybe even is feeding those insecurities, if you take those insecurities and put them down on paper, it gets them out of your head so that you can focus on the good things that you want to do, the things that are the things that you want to conquer here in 2024. I really see you going after your dreams here in 2024, and doing it, in spite of having fears, doing it in spite of having challenges. You're letting those challenges make you better. So the Three of Wands is looking at the future. This is also travel. So there could be travel here in 2024 for you. It is about also, I think journaling also helps you when you put your goals down, because Three of Wands is about, because the Two of Wands is planning. So the Three of Wands is enacting that plan. So planning is important. Keeping that top goal of mind. This is you stepping into your power and being your high for your highest self, your highest good. Looking at the Nine of Cups, this confident version of yourself that has gotten everything that she wants or he wants for the year. Okay, so keep going. And small steps, don't underestimate small steps towards your goal. And remember, you don't have to have everything figured out all at once. You're going to figure things out as you go. But the grand plan, the grand design for you, being this independent person. I also want to mention here this Knight of Cups, this is the wish card. This is getting everything that you wish and your desire in your heart, because Cups is about love. It's about following your dreams, following your heart. So that is overall for 2024. And then I just want to pull some cards in 3 areas. So I'm just gonna let's get a different deck to do that. So let's put these guys away. And let's pull cards for, okay, love. Okay. Love for 2024 for our beautiful number 1. What else can you tell me about their love? For them. Wow, okay. So these are 2 major arcana cards. So love might be a major focus for you. This is Judgment, and this is Temperance. So you're gonna feel, I think the angels are very important here, because both of these are depicted as angels. Temperance is she has a, let me show this to you. You can kind of see it here between her cups. She has a triangle there, and a lot of times that represents your mind, body, and spirit. Okay, she's a reminder of balance. So this is kind of going back to justice a little bit. She's got 1 foot on land, and she's got 1 foot in the water. So your relationships, your love life in 2024 should be very grounded. But of course, you know, we're dipping that toe in the water as well. It kind of reminds me of, and people think that love should be like this, but it was really like this. Basically every relationship in high school was just super passionate. And if they ever said anything, like, it was either like completely passionate, like I'm totally into this, or oh my gosh, my life is over, we broke up. This is pulling that back a little bit. This is a more mature. This is a mature love. This is a supportive love. This is a love, though, where you're putting yourself first. She is pouring water from cups. You will have more than enough abundance of love when you love yourself first. So this is kind of that reminder. I always remind moms this. You have to fill your cup first. You need to put yourself first. And then, and a lot of times in love, like, we feel like we need to put the other person first, but you need to put yourself first, because then that attracts the right person who wants to support you and support yourself, okay? So this is, and again, like, I feel like any love in 2024, if you're single, like, this has the potential of being a massive soulmate kind of love, a love that that is like an endless love, but it's very grounded, it's very supportive, it's very it's not that it doesn't lack passion, it's just because sometimes people say that this Temperance card is boring, but it's anything but boring. It's just like this, because it's basically endless. The love is endless. So there's a lot of like very deep and very depth of love, but the passion part of it, it's not, I don't think that relationships are easy, but they don't have to be hard. And this is one of those loves that's not hard. And then this is Judgment. This is kind of like awakening. Really, you're starting to awaken, like, maybe when we get Temperance here and then we get Judgment, kind of awaken to your roles in the relationship. It's letting go of maybe that a victim mentality. If you've been wronged in love, yes, of course, you know, having been cheated on, like, that's not your fault, but what you can take responsibility for are the types of people that you are choosing to be in relationships with. The types of people, we're looking for somebody who supports you and loves you and I would say puts themselves first, yes, but not because you're a background character, but because they love themselves enough that now that they can love you. And then Judgment is awakening to, like, you know what, that toxic relationship that I was in, yes, that person was a narcissist and I shouldn't have been in that relationship, but I was attracted to them because of these reasons. So it's definitely, there's a lot of realizations around love for you. You definitely have the potential to meeting your soulmate in 2024, definitely deepening that love, feeling the calling. I feel like if you haven't met your person yet, that it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. It's almost going to be like, look for people who really kind of stand out in a way that, like, their aura, like, there's just something about them where you're like, you know what, that person over there, I'm super attracted to them. I can't really put my finger on it as to why, but there's something about them, something about their presence, something about their aura. And then there should be something about them that awakens within them, but also within you. Music is probably a huge connection between the two of you. Career, let's pull 2 cards for career and 2 come out. Wow, that's great. 3 come out. All right, we'll take all 3. You might be embarking on something new in 2024. This is interesting. Here we have the Page of Swords, then we have the World, and then we've got the Page of Pentacles. Pentacles, we want pentacles when we are talking about our career. Pentacles is money, and our career is money, right? I also like to see Cups cards because it means that we like what we do. But this looks like we're embarking in something new, and I think it might be because you're just sick of the drama, you're sick of the gossip, you're sick of the kind of waiting for things. I mean, because this is a fun Page of Swords, because he looks like he's in battle. And the reason I say that is because just the way that the cards are laid out here. So we've got the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, also, you might have some conflicts with where you currently are, because you're starting to wake up and realize, like, you know what? I don't get this. I don't understand why I'm wasting away in here. It doesn't feel like I have room to expand. It doesn't feel like they value me. Maybe you're seeing that there are people being rewarded just because they're complaining, not because of the value of their work, or maybe it has something to do with, schmoozing the boss in some way. And it's like this realization, this epiphany of, like, you know what? I think I can do better elsewhere. I think I have a better shot. Like, this is ending here. That's the World. The World comes at the end of the major arcana, and the World is like, I have learned a ton of lessons here, and I'm grateful for that, but I'm going to carry it forward, and I'm going to carry it in a new way. So this could also be that you are getting a promotion, that you are starting a new job, that you are deciding to be your own boss or entrepreneur. But I'd say it looks pretty good. And especially when we have these cards here about that leap of faith, that trust in yourself, and that 9 of, what do we have over here? The Wish card. We had the 9 of Cups over here, following your heart, following your dreams. And the Page of Pentacles here is following the money. So look for opportunities to do that. And then we're going to do personal development. Let me have a couple of cards here for personal development. Ooh, 6 of Cups. And we get the 8 of Pentacles. So your personal development, this is interesting that this comes up like this, because your personal development, 6 of Cups, this could be connecting with somebody from your past. 6 of Cups is a nostalgia card, 6 of Cups, but it's a very sweet nostalgia. It is, it's a very reciprocal energy. Your person that you meet or that you're in love with here in 2024, maybe you're in a relationship and you're just, this connection is deepening, because these are 2 major arcana cards here. This is deepening that connection. This is a reciprocal energy. This is just like, I love the 6 of Cups. Sometimes it can be, it just depends on the context. The shadow part of it, it could be bad. You're living in the past, you're looking in the past, but I feel like when we're talking about our personal development, maybe there are people that you're forgiving in the past, and then you're growing from that and moving forward, and they're forgiving you. I think there's some things to let go of, because you have such a beautiful and bright future. You don't want anything holding you back. The other part of personal development, we get the 8 of Pentacles, and so personal development for 2024, we get the personal development card, really. This is developing your skills. This is you becoming a skilled worker. Maybe there are classes that you're taking. Maybe it's even just as simple as finding something on YouTube and you start sharpening your skills. So when you think about things that you want to learn, whether that's a craft within your career, maybe it's a hobby. Personal development can be a little bit more on the hobby side. Maybe you've always wanted to learn how to sew, for instance. This is you putting in the work to do that. So the energy for 2024 is amazing for you to start new things. If you hadn't noticed. We've got these pages here. We had like your whole reading, like this is all new. But it's changing your perception. And I think that the Six of Cups here, when I was talking about, you know, releasing negativity and letting it go and forgiving people for our past, you're changing, your shifting perception kind of helps with that. And I think that is related to your love life, because like I was saying with that, having been in a bad relationship, like you knew there were warning signs or things, and you knew that you know that person maybe wasn't the most trustworthy, but you were going to give them your heart anyway. There are things that you could have done to spare yourself. Now, going through that, you know, sometimes those are great lessons to learn, because then when you meet a great person who really does deserve your heart, you appreciate them. I know a lot of people who have messed up relationships because they didn't know what bad relationships were like. So there is like that, I'm reminded of, where did it go? Pulling out this Justice card here with the sword, like it's that double-edged sword. Sometimes there are lessons that we just have to learn, and the way to honor it is really to learn that lesson and move forward with the Justice, and just allow the universe, allow karma to handle it. You don't need to get your hands dirty. We're moving forward. All of 2024 here for you is changing your perception of the past so that we can move forward and do things that you enjoy. So this is also the Eight of Pentacles. You can see this person is working here, working on his craft, but it's something that he enjoys. It's something that he wants to do. Like personal development, you should invest your time and energy into things that you want, not that something that somebody else wants for you, but what you want. So this is all about you. This is getting your mind under control, and this is moving forward. But these things look good. It's not without its challenges, especially this one here. I think this could be and especially when we've been in a cycle of kind of like a hold pattern and being really kind of concerned about making changes. I feel like there's a lot of changes in 2024 for you to embrace and for you to grow from. So that's what I have for you, group number 1. I hope that you have an amazing day. Thanks so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group number 2. Let's talk about this rebirth, shall we? This is the Phoenix. This is a rebirth, and oh, by the way, this is smoky quartz. If you chose with the object. Anyway, whatever led you here, you are in the right place. Let's talk about rebirth. The other card that comes out with it that I didn't reveal in the beginning is Cosmic Flower, and I shuffled all of these, and the first thing that I'm struck with when I'm looking at this is look at the vibrancy between rebirth and Cosmic Flower. We have a lot of passion. We have a lot of spark, a lot of light, and it's coming from you. It is coming from within inside of you. Now, what I love about the rebirth, and this is the Phoenix on this card, by the way, is that the Phoenix gets destroyed and reborn, and each time is bigger and stronger than ever. The thing that I think that really relates here to the Cosmic Flower, and I'll read this. The frequency of the Cosmic Flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. So this core, this is our heart. So no matter what is going on around us, the chaos, you cannot destroy you. You can't destroy who you are. You can't destroy your heart. Any conflicts, obstacles, challenges that come up, you are rebuilding yourself bigger and better, and that is what's going on here in 2024 for you. You might feel like you're restarting, and maybe you are, but you're releasing things that you don't need. Sometimes we need that fire, we need that conflict, we need that opportunity to really reveal who we are, the core of who we are, the essence of who we are, to really unleash our inner fire, our inner strength. This is your passion. This is following your passion. What is interesting about this? Okay, 42. I just, if you can't tell, I'm just excited about all of it. We haven't even pulled tarot cards yet. But 42, I love that number. Every time I see it, it reminds me of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, one of my favorite books. But 42, if you remember in that book, they wanted to know what the answer to life, you know, the meaning of life, everything, and it came up as 42. That was it. That was it. 42 was the answer. The meaning of life was 42. But when you add 42 together, we get 6. And this cosmic flower has 6 circles that are kind of crossing here. So we've got our inner heart here in this blue. We're radiating out this beauty of ourselves. We've got these 6 circles that are going around the outside there. And those 6 circles, the number 6 is associated with love and relationships, harmony and balance, all of the elements that make the human experience so worthwhile. So this is going to be an amazing year for you. You might be coming into it feeling like you're not necessarily on top. No, this is, I'm hearing, this may date me, but it's old school and it's good, so look it up. LL Cool J, Mama Said Knock You Out, that song. It's amazing. I love that song. I love to work out to it. In the beginning, he says, "Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years." So, and it was kind of like a, you know, he had just like cooled for a while, and this is like, you know, coming in, charging in. I don't recommend punching people in the face, but you know, really kind of knocking people down with what kind of they expected from you and who you really are. But you're doing it from your core center. You know, because all of these challenges, all of that it is revealing is it's just strengthening you, and it is releasing, you know, all of the clutter that just doesn't belong there. So this is basically our, you know, your theme for the year. So let's talk about last year. Let's just take a lesson that we learned from last year. And we get the Page of Pentacles. So Page of Pentacles, this is a card of new beginnings. Page of Pentacles is often looking for money or our career. So you may have been focused on that, and it may not be something that is completely aligned with your passions. So when we're looking at the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles itself I see as kind of a card of lessons, of learning lessons, because this is somebody who is not adept at necessarily the path that they're looking at. They don't really know where they're going or what they're doing, but they're here, they're trying, they're pushing it out there. So really dip into the lessons you've learned around money, the lessons you've learned around your job, and maybe even the lessons you've learned around your body and home. Pages deal with the earth, the physical, money, you know, because it's pentacles. Pentacles is money. So money, so our jobs, so our career, you know, our career path, and our homes and our body, because our body is very, you know, obviously very physical. So lessons from your past that we need to carry forward and remember into 2024 and want to expand on, really, because we got the rebirth here in this Phoenix, well, the rebirth card relates to those things. So just, you know, remember those lessons. We're carrying them forward, and we're pushing them forward, and we're really expanding them and making them bigger and better than ever. So that is our lesson. And then what to expect? What can we expect from 2024 going into it? What can we expect? And we have, ooh, 10 of Cups. Love this. So Cups is about relationship. It is about love. When I was talking about burning off all of the things that don't matter, the Cups are all of the things that do matter. For what to expect if you're not in a relationship, like relationships are highlighted and then can be key in 2024. If you are in a relationship, you might be expanding your family, or you might be making plans on how to, I don't want to say expand your empire, but really how to make the world a better place for your kids. Because we've got a merman here, and then I would say probably a sea witch, because she's not quite a mermaid. She's got a different kind of tail. But we have this lovely school of fish here. But we have these two people who really love each other and who are looking at the future and making the future bright. You're somebody who's making the future bright for yourself, but also for the people around you, the people that you love. This could just be you and your dog or making the future bright for you and your cat. But really, anybody who is within your realm, within your circle, within your preview, you are radiating that love out, because with the cosmic flower and the rebirth, you know what's important. You know what's not important, and you're building yourself up bigger and better. And the people around you love that for you, because they love who you are. They love and they want to, be around you, and you're becoming a person, if you're not already, I think you are already a person that people want to spend time with, and really kind of them focused on you, you focus on them. And I love this bubble. So think about things that you want to do with the people that you love around you. That is what to expect out of 2024, is just deepening those connections, deepening those bonds. And then an obstacle, because, we're going to have challenges. Everybody does. What is an obstacle for you in 2024? 9 of Swords. I think this is just a reminder. Sometimes I think this is something that ultimately can make you stronger, but it's just a reminder that sometimes we feel like we have eyes on us. Sometimes this can be gossip. Sometimes this can be backstabbing. And even though you think somebody is in your bubble, and I think most of the people in your bubble are going to appreciate it. Anybody who you think is in your bubble but doesn't react well to that, or might talk behind your back, I think it can be jealousy. It says more about them than it does say about you, but I feel like sometimes those things can hurt. If you have a friend that you really do deeply care about, I see you caring about them, but they are like jealous of these things that you've done, and maybe it's just because you have, nobody posts their failures. Nobody puts their failures, and a lot of people, times we don't even discuss those failures, even though it might be somebody within our bubble, because we don't want to bring people down. And really, you're burning those failures off, and you're leaving those behind. You're not letting them affect you. But I think that when we get the 9 of Swords here, see all the eyes on you. A lot of times these are swords. This is. This could be sleepless nights. You could be worried about people you love, but I also feel like you might be worried about them because they're not necessarily in the same mental state or mental capacity as you are. Sometimes you feel like, you have gone through something, so it's something that you feel like you can teach them, and they may not understand how you can connect with them, because all they are seeing is your wins. They're not seeing your losses. They haven't seen the downtime when you're reinventing yourself, when you're picking yourself back up. And 9 of Swords can be a little bit of worry, so we don't want to indulge in this worry. But sometimes, when we have a bad day or a dark time, that could be an obstacle for us. For you, and when you do encounter worry, when you do encounter somebody, jealousy, when you do encounter those things, if this is a person who is looking at you and is being maybe not the best friend and isn't reciprocating the love that you're radiating out, understand that kind of has more to do with them than it does with you. You have to keep pushing forward and keep being who you are. Sometimes this person isn't ready for that. Other times this is you like, oh my gosh, sometimes you just let intrusive thoughts run wild. We've got to figure out how to release those intrusive thoughts. For me, what I do is when I get them, I just envision like an eject button in the middle of my forehead. And when I have like these thoughts that run through my head that are crazy, and I just like eject, nope. I don't subscribe to that. That's not in my future. That's not part of this 10 of Cups. That's not part of everything that I am dreaming of, everything that I want to be. That's not part of who I really am at my core. I'm letting that go. I'm releasing it, eject it. I know that some people are thinking that these intrusive thoughts are brought on by negative entities or whatever. Like, not today, Satan. go bug somebody else. I don't like to say that because I don't want them to bug anybody else, but it's like, I am stronger than this. So reminding yourself of who you really are kind of reminds me of in The Incredibles. I love this scene where, The Incredibles, there's Mr. Incredible and there's Elastigirl. That's his wife. And he disappears and she doesn't know where he is, and she thinks that he went back to being a superhero because remember they were superheroes and then they kind of had to go underground and live a normal life. So she finds evidence that he might have become a superhero again, and she doesn't know where he's at and she needs to find him. So she goes to Edna, who is, and I've told this story before, so she goes to Edna, who does their costumes. And Edna is a fashion designer, and Elastigirl's weeping, and she's like, oh no, I can't believe this is happening, da, 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 da. And Edna smacks her, and she's like, remember who you are. Like, you are Elastigirl. You need to remember who you are. Sometimes we all have these moments of self-pity, but then it's like, maybe that's not a literal smack in the face or kick in the pants or whatever that is. Like, hey, who are you? Remember who you are. You are a divine being, or what is it? You are a divine being. You are part of source energy. You are part of the cosmos that created everything. The chemicals and substances that make up your body are as old as the earth. Like, that's who you are. That's who you are made of. And then also remember, this is really like, then you are the one who comes in and adds the soul to it. And your soul is infinite. Remember who you are. When you have these times of self-doubt, we have this obstacle. So strength. What is a strength for you in 2024? And this is like, we need this card here. Knight of Swords. Interesting how we have the 9 of Swords as an obstacle and then the Knight of Swords as a strength, because as we progress through like 1 through 10, and then we get the page, the Knight. So this is you mastering those thoughts. This is you mastering your creativity, your energy, and you letting it move you forward. This is you remembering who you are. And the Knight of Swords, I also think that a strength for you might be writing. I did a short the other day about, it came up where poetry, writing poetry, and everybody's like, yeah, it's been forever since I wrote poetry. You might write some poetry here in 2024. This is going to be your strength. Writing is going to be your strength. Your thoughts are going to be your strength. Your mind is your strength. And I love that with the 10 of Cups. So your heart is your future here in 2024. We've got strength, and then we've got the passion coming in here. And then I would say that Cosmic Flower is like your grounding in who you are. This is a very well-rounded year for you for growth. It's very beautiful. And then just some advice on what do you need to know about out this year, this coming year, and we get the Knight of Cups. A lot of love energy coming in. Now, I will pull out some cards here in a minute. We're going to pull cards for love, career, and personal development. But when we've got the Knight of Cups and we've got the Ten of Cups here, I think love and relationships are going to be a huge highlight for you. It really is when we've got this rebirth and we've got this remembrance of who you are, this going back to your heart center of who you are. I feel like you can really accomplish anything of where you put your heart and your mind into. But hearts and relationships are going to be key. So what do you need to know about 2024? Be romantic. Let your heart carry you. This is a fun card because she literally has her heart out and she's like playing it. Music might be key as well, especially when we get into a moment like this in our Nine of Swords, where you feel like intrusive thoughts are kind of holding you back. You might have a playlist or put a playlist together that helps you feel love, that helps you feel self-love, that helps you radiate love out to others. Now the knock on the Knight of Cups, if I am doing a love reading and I get the Knight of Cups, I might be concerned because the Knight of Cups can be very romantic and very kind of very passionate, but also very fleeting. So, but I also have the Ten of Cups here, so it feels like there's a lot of romance going on in 2024, but it does have some depth to it. So I would be concerned about that. If this were a love reading and I didn't have this card, I'd be like, ooh, you know, this could be love them and leave them. This could be like that everything sounds good, but they're just telling you what you want to hear. So the advice though, and this is I think more on for advice for you, is to follow your heart, follow your love. What is your heart telling you? Listen to that. And I really feel that with the cosmic flower as well. Come back to your heart center, who you really are. And I think that the way that you love helps and who you love helps define that. So I'm going to pull these guys out of the way and we're going to get another deck and we're going to ask some more questions. I'll just turn them over. We might pull them back up if it comes up here. But love, I just want to pull a couple of love cards for you. For 2024, for group 2, can you tell us about love for them? Okay, wow. If you're not in a relationship, you might be finding love at work. That's with the Three of Pentacles. Pentacles is work, your relationships. You definitely want to make sure that if you are in a relationship, you want to make sure you're working towards the same goals, especially in relation to money. I know that a lot of times we don't want to think about money when we're thinking about love, but compatibility and how we handle money and what we work towards and our goals are really important. How we're handling money, how what we want to spend money on. Those are things that we can be conflicted about within relationships, and those are really good things that we need to work on and work towards and have goals. And we need to think about, like in a long-term relationship, what our retirement plan is going to be and how our roles in our marriage or in our partnership is going to be. What we're working on, what we're working towards. And the Three of Pentacles is us working together and working together on a common goal. It's having this blueprint, it's having this plan, it's putting the work in. Now, then we have the Karma card here. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So this can be kind of chaotic. So we might, I kind of read this as like there can be a lot of chaos unless you get on the same page with your person and you feel like within your relationship it's kind of like you and them against the world. And that was that's why I was like, I'm going to put these over here, but I'm not really putting them away. That's what this is too. It's you and your person against the world. It's you and your family against the world. There is a saying by Mother Teresa, if you want to change the world, go home and love your family. And like, that is your lasting legacy, is your family and what you guys are creating. The other instance of the karma card, this Wheel of Fortune here. So if you're not in a relationship right now, there can be ups and downs. Like this Wheel of Fortune, you spin it, you don't know where it's going to land. It's called the karma card because, again, the ups and downs. I kind of feel like when we put our best intentions into something, when we're just like, you know what, this is the type of person, this is the type of life, this is what I want over here. I'm just going to, I mean, it's karma because we're learning from the past, we're learning from our past relationships. I don't want this, I do want this, I want this. Putting out our blueprint, planning for the type of relationship we want, the type of person that we want to meet. And just like, okay, universe, that's what I want. Bring it to me. So I know that's kind of hard. And a lot of times I feel like there's people who fail at that because we get desperate, or we feel like, you know, we're lonely, or we feel like maybe we deserve some of the bad things that happen in relationships because we have been bad in our relationships in the past. So it's kind of a reminder to, you know, we got to release that. We've got to let that go. We've got to forgive the past because we're leaving 2023. We're leaving everything before 2023 in the past. And we're really going to create. Remember, we're creating our 2024. We're not going to just allow things to chance, even though you know, Wheel of Fortune kind of does feel like it's a chance thing, but we also have to create our own opportunities and create the kind of world that we want to see. So I hope that makes sense. And when we do meet our person, we have to, you know, we really want to get on the same page so that we are creating the relationship that we both want. And we've got that kind of Bonnie and Clyde type of thing, you and us against the world, maybe without the outlaw part. Let's talk about career. Let's talk about career for our group number 2. What can you tell us about the career for group number 2? Wow, look at this. We get 2 major arcana cards. So definitely major energies here for 2024 with, you know, with the Wheel of Fortune coming out over here. That's a major arcana card. And then we get these 2. This is the Hangman, and then this is the Empress. And the Empress, we couldn't ask for a better card, really, when we're talking about our career, because it's about abundance, patience and abundance. I kind of feel like if you are not necessarily seeing what you want to see within your career, that it might be you know, put your intentions out now, and we're planting our seeds, and by the time that we have like July, August, September rolling around, you're really going to see that coming back to you in that abundance. And then those intentions, you know, loving intentions. You might have to look at things in a different way. The Hangman is about taking a moment, taking a break, but he is hanging upside down. He is kind of looking at things from the ground up. You know, we're talking about career, so this kind of reminds me of this card reminds me of that show, Undercover Boss, where the boss thinks that everything is great, and then they go undercover within their own organization, and then they realize, you know, all the cogs in the wheel, what they do and how important they are, and that there's ideas that come from all over the place. So it just gives them a new perspective, kind of like a ground up perspective. So if you're in a leadership position or a boss kind of position, you might want to talk to the people who, you know, you might be giving them directives, but you might want to do kind of like a survey of them, like, hey, how do you see your position here, and what do you think changes might need to be implemented? I think you'll be surprised. Or, you know, when you walk in their shoes, I think you'll be surprised. If you're not, if you're kind of just, you know, kind of maybe you are one of the cogs in the wheel, I think your ideas on, well, first of all, sometimes you don't see the big picture. So the hangman talks about seeing the picture from everybody's perspective. So sometimes we don't get the chance to walk in everybody's shoes, but we can certainly sit for a moment, think about it, meditate on it. Relax, take a deep breath, and look at the available information about you. And then you can kind of see why people would be making certain decisions. But I do feel like if you're not at the top, then there are like suggestions that you can make about the direction of you know, where you work, and see how that pans out. Because I do feel like there's things that observations that you have that make a difference in your work situation. That observation might be that you working someplace else, but it's going to pan out and it's going to reward you handsomely when we have the Empress, the Empress here, because she is all about abundance and she is about love. So it's also, when you do make these suggestions, just be patient and make it with love and make it from like the highest perspective and the highest good. Our hanged man here is very patient. And sometimes we've got like opportunities and it's branching off in different directions and we're not quite sure where to go. It's taking in all that information, not making a split decision. And when we have the cosmic flower up here, remember, making that decision from your heart. And I would say that also with the Empress here, that the decision is made from your heart. But I feel like whatever decision you make for you is the right one. You'll make the right decision. Don't be too concerned about it. That might also be part of the worry or concern over here with the Nine of Swords. What's for you is for you. You will pick the right path. Don't worry about it. Don't get caught up in the worry or the details. You know what you're doing. You know who you are. You know what is best for you. And then for personal development, ooh, look at this. So follow your passions. And then also what's important, and I think this might also be related over here to this Nine of Swords, which could be an obstacle. And your personal development, I also see the personal development kind of like your personal life, maybe with friends and family. We get the Five of Swords. And then this is the Knight of Wands. That's why I was saying follow your passion. But the Five of Swords is a card where we do come into a conflict with others. This is winning the battle but losing the war. So you might have a friend that comes in that is kind of jealous and maybe says some things that are not so nice to you. Don't lose yourself in defending yourself. You know that you're right, but sometimes it's better to it's better not to like cut this person down just because you can. Is it always the best option to be right, is what I'm saying. So just be cautious of that. Especially like, sometimes we have like these very sharp words that we can use with others, and just end up injuring them more. I think there's a lot of room for empathy here with all of the other cards that we have for you, group 2. So remember that people are oftentimes going through things that you can't see that you don't know. And again, I kind of feel like they're just seeing your wins, and they think that you're making it look easy. But when you have this rebirth, when you have this phoenix, it's because you've been through a lot, but they don't know that. So just be careful with other people, because they're probably going through a lot of the same things that you are going through. They probably have a lot of the same challenges that you are going through, and maybe they don't have this compass here. Maybe they're not following their heart the way that you are. So just be careful with other people, that you don't necessarily, like, winning isn't always winning. Winning sometimes is losing if it means losing a friend. But you also want to set your boundaries here, that you don't want people to talk to you in that way. So it just depends on the person and the situation. You have to be careful on how you navigate that. But a lot of the times, your winning may actually be losing when you're dealing with other people, and watch your words. And then we've got this Knight of Wands, and this is all about following your passion. I feel like there's going to be, for your personal development here, there might be a lot of passions that pop up, and that's okay. We have a lot of fire energy, we have a lot of passions, and maybe, you're knitting one week and then you're reading a bunch of books the next, and that's okay. The Knight of Wands just flows along with their passions. Ooh, I'm really excited about this. Ooh, I'm really excited about that. And exploring things. If that is bothering you, then yes, you need to start making a plan, going back to your plans of sticking to something. But I just feel like there's going to be a lot of different things that pop up. And when you're sitting in July, you're like, oh yeah, I was really excited about this project in January, and what did I do with that? I never finished it. I think there's going to be a lot of things that come up for you in 2024 that you can get really excited about. But it's probably because you kind of have this love life and this work life on lock. So allow your personal development, allow your passions to kind of run wild, to figure out what it is that kind of floats your boat at the moment, and don't worry about it if you drop it. You might be dropping some things. It might be like, painting one week and then knitting the next kind of thing, or you find yourself super excited about geology, and then you just drop it, and then you're reading about like astrophysics or something like that. You'll know, you'll see those passions, and that's okay. If you're happy with it, great, embrace it, continue with it, keep going with it. Just, don't let it distract you from the important things over here, and don't let it distract you from your people. And you might, instead of like when somebody instigates a fight with you, you might just want to step away from that fight and let them be in their space of misery. Don't let them drag you down. Also with this Five of Wands, I kind of feel like your passion might be something that is distracting you from somebody who is trying to pull you down in their misery, or their little, maybe they're trying to be an energy vampire and pull this energy away from you. So just stepping away from that and allowing them the space to be there, and then letting them come back to you when they're ready would be a good option there. So that's what I have for you, Group 2. I hope that you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, Group 3. This is our rose quartz, our number 3, which I'm going to put aside, and then the portal is sunrise. The other card that comes out with sunrise is earth. So this is about every day being a brand new day, a brand new opportunity, much like how we're talking about 2024 being a portal to a new you, to a new reality, to a new existence. every day is that. And it's a reminder that every day is a fresh opportunity to set new intentions, to I love that, you know, we have the sunrise here. It's kind of like a purity. It's a release of the past. It's a release of yesterday, and setting those new intentions and our new expectations of what we want to do going into it. Now the keys here with the sunrise, and it is about you, like your pure intentions, what you want to do, and not allowing other people to dictate that for you. I feel like there might be kind of like a release here in that. We have 24 Earth that also came out. So the frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to the physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. You know, we kind of live in this dualistic world, because it's also interesting that Earth talks about our spirit, which is kind of like the purity of our spirit, the purity of our heart here. So even though, you know, I just feel like 2024 is kind of like, be thankful for every day, set those intentions of what you want to accomplish, be in the moment. I also feel like that connection to Earth, that being grounded, is really important. If you aren't an Earth sign, kind of embrace that. So Earth signs are what? Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, I think. Could be wrong. Embrace the kind of that down to earth, kind of almost like I'd say almost back to basics kind of thing. Living in the moment, being one day at a time, and it is not worrying about our future and releasing the past, and just being in this moment and finding joy in that. So that's the beginning here. That's kind of your personal theme for 2024. Let's ask some more questions. So let's start with lessons learned from last year, lessons learned from 2023, and we get the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is about money. 10 is kind of like that into that money journey. This is building that future, building that empire comes up, but you're doing it for you and your family. This gentleman, like, he has lived many years, and he's thinking about the legacy that he's leaving for his family in 2023, like, because this is very future focused, and sometimes just to survive in the moment, we feel like we have messed up the future. The only time that matters is now. So yes, maybe there are things that didn't happen the way that you wanted them to. Maybe you had to dip into savings for some things, but it is about this moment. And if you feel like you have messed up things for the future, that is something that we need to release. That is something that we need to let go, because you're going to be given a new opportunity every single day to change whatever you feel like you've messed up. So we just need to put that in the past and not be concerned about it. What we need to be concerned about is this moment, really, and that once you get comfortable in this moment, then we can start expanding for the future. So I just feel like there's things that you wanted to do that didn't happen. We can't continue to punish ourselves for that. We have to be in this moment and make everything of this moment and march forward. And I feel like things will be better than you ever could have expected. I also feel like, you know, this dream was a little limited, that the opportunities are much bigger. Like, it may not have worked out, not because it was so big, but because it wasn't big enough, is what what is coming in here. So then what to expect? What can we expect out of 2024? What can we expect? Ooh, we get the 9 of Wands. Don't beat up on yourself. You might be expecting that. I think that's why it's just this reminder comes up to keep coming back to this moment. Every moment is a time that you can reinvent yourself. The Nine of Wands is a card where you feel like you have to defend yourself, and you might have to. It's this particular one is talking about you may have been pricked by these thorns, and we can be sad that roses have thorns, or we can rejoice that this thorn bush has roses. So there are good things and bad things associated with everything. Take the bad, stitch yourself up, and learn from it. So the other thing that's interesting too, because I'm being shown images of welds, and that's kind of like, you know, stitches or welding your skin back together, even though you might have a scar. Let's see, I have a scar right here. I don't know if you can see it. It happened a long time ago. I have a lot of scars. And if you're a person who lived an interesting life, you probably have a lot of scars too. It's not looking at these scars, it's embracing them and moving forward and letting them make you stronger. So when I was talking about, I'm being shown welds, like when you weld something together, that weld, if done correctly, is stronger than the metal that it is putting, you know, that it is bonding together. And it is creating something new out of it. And that is what to expect from 2024. It's taking those moments where we felt like we were knocked down or hurt or injured or not at our best, and moving forward from those and letting them make us stronger. It might be you feel like you've been knocked down, and that's okay. Like I said, I feel like the vision here that we had with the Ten of Pentacles, we have to keep moving forward, and we have to keep staying in the moment to move forward. Each moment has the opportunity to blow up bigger than we ever expected. So that's what to expect. Now we're going to talk about obstacles. It feels like we've only been talking about obstacles. And we get the Page of Wands. Starting new passions might be an obstacle for you. Now I'm going to be reading about personal development here after we get through this spread, but that might be difficult. It might be difficult for you to go out on a limb and try new things, maybe because you felt like you've been knocked down in the past. So an obstacle for you would be trying new things. It would be examining new things. And I kind of feel like that's why we have to be so happy about each new day and embracing each new day, because I feel like a lot of times obstacles can become our biggest strength once we've mastered those. And I'm feeling like all of these cards is about mastery of that. Sometimes we're afraid about trying new things because, you know, old dogs, new tricks. We feel like, you know, we don't want to look like a fool, but it's a reminder that you only look like a fool once, and if it is something that you really want to do it. You embrace it. These two cards here are about embracing the new day, whatever it brings, setting those intentions out. And sometimes we're not going to know the final result of something, but it's finding that joy every single day in the journey that we are embarking on and examining that. I love that we have this glass here, because if we're examining this thorn bush, we find the roses. If we're examining the roses, we find the thorns. And then maybe you might be cautious. Maybe you're a little bit cautious of where you're going, but examine your future and where you want to go. And what is a strength? What this card wants to come out. We get the Queen of Swords. Perfect. Look at how this one, the Page of Wands, is looking through and examining things close up. And the Queen of Swords is keeping things in perspective and examining things far away. So your strength in 2024 is keeping your eye on the prize and that end goal. And then also it's interesting that we have the birds here. I kind of feel like the birds in this situation, well, over here, the birds are on her side. They are giving her information, you know, kind of like that idea of a little birdie told me. She's bringing that information in. She's listening to it. Where these birds are kind of like, this one looks like he's kind of given up, and this one's like, hey, seriously, look at me. I'm here to tell you something. So your strength for 2024 is to maybe quiet your mind, maybe quiet the clutter, quiet the chaos. I think that's why Earth is here as well. Sometimes social media is a huge distraction, and it keeps us from achieving the things that we want to achieve. The Queen of Swords, like, she's got her eye on the prize. She's got that end goal in mind, and she's moving forward and towards that. And she is aware of where all of these little birdies are. Now, if these birds are telling her negative things about herself, maybe because they're jealous, or what I'm saying is she's putting a boundary around herself as well. Look at how she's floating above everything. She's not allowing other people to tear her down, or maybe other people's expectations. And that might be over here with this 10 of Pentacles, like this lesson learned from 2023. People are telling you, well, you know, you need to do this, or you need to do that, or you have to do this, or your kids need to be achieving at this level, or you should be doing this, or this is the type of career you should have. The Queen of Swords is like, you know what? You guys stay down here. I'm going to fly above you. I'm not going to hear what you say. I'm just going to be in contact with my higher self, with my highest good, with my future. I'm not going to allow, and even the Nine of Wands, there's a level of boundaries around other people. A lot of the other cards show this person with wands, and they're kind of like fighting with other people. The Queen of Swords, she's not allowing people to fight with her. She's just like on her own journey. She's not even paying attention to them. They told her she couldn't float above the clouds, but here she is. And that's kind of like this moment, like, here you are. People told you you should be doing something, but what's the consequence? I'm waking up, it's a brand new day. I'm not doing what you're saying. It doesn't bring me joy. It's not part of my journey. This is what I want to do. I want to follow my passions. I want to follow what my heart is telling me, what my intuition is telling me, where my creativity takes me. That's where I want to go. I'm not going to look at the where you think I should be. Also, I'm noticing here this 10 of Pentacles, like, we have this grandfather, this older fatherly type figure. We have kind of like this is the way that we have always done it. And I kind of feel like in 2024, you're like, you know what? I'm embracing me. That's not me. Like, I can't, that worked for you. That worked in your reality, in your world, that worked in the past, but I'm looking forward. I'm carrying forward, and I am going with what works for me. And then advice for 2024, and then we'll get into the other aspects that I'll read on each one of those. We have the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups, I just wanted to meditate on this card for a second, or allow it to come in. In this card, the cups are represented by the flowers, and we can sit here and complain about these flowers that have fallen into the water, and be sad about that. The cups has a very emotional component to it. Or we can say, you know what? These opportunities, these things, I am going to release them. I'm not worried about it, because look, I have my own things to nurture here. I still have 2 flowers on my staff, and I can nurture them and grow them and make them bigger. I'm not going to concern myself with the things that aren't for me, with the things that that just didn't work out. I'm going to nurture the things that are going to work out. So we're not going to be, this is also like a release of the past, letting the past go, and embracing our future, and then trusting ourselves in that we can grow these things. I feel like there's a lot of trust in yourself here that you're learning in 2024. Just realizing Earth is 24 here. So that synchronicity, the 24 card coming out for 2024 that we're talking about. All right, well, I'm going to just put these guys over here. I might refer back to them as I'm pulling out another deck. And we're going to ask about love, career, and personal development. So for love, for group 3 for 2024, wow, this is justice. And then we get, at first I was like, oh, the Queen of Swords energy is serious here, but it's justice. It's about, so your love life is all about balance. These are both major arcana cards. This is justice. This is temperance. Kind of like a slow and steady wins the race. Kind of like you need to make sure that you trust your heart with somebody who will treat it well. This is, temperance actually came out, I think, for group 1. And it is more of a, you have to love yourself and love yourself first. You can't pour from an empty cup. We've got the balance here. I love, we have the earth energy here. We also have her, she's got a foot on the earth. She's very grounded. She knows what she wants when she's putting her toe into this emotional sphere. So when passions come up, when drama comes up, it doesn't faze her. Like challenges can come up in a relationship. That's okay, because she knows that this relationship is based on a foundation of stability. So this is about having a relationship with stability, having a relationship of balance, having a relationship of justice. I feel like when we have justice and we're talking about relationships, that you aren't putting in more than they are. So if this doesn't sound like your current relationship, you're either taking steps in 2024 to correct that or release that, or we're taking steps to find that. These are very powerful women. Not necessarily, you don't have to be a divine feminine, even though we're working with these divine feminine cards. But it's powerful. Trust yourself. Don't let somebody else in your relationship discount who you are. If you're in a relationship and you feel like you need to let the aspects of your personality go, that's not for you. That's not the relationship for you. Justice usually has a blindfold on. Justice is blind, but she actually sees everything. She knows what's going on. So if you're with a partner and they're doing things that you don't like, we're not turning a blind eye to that. If you can't change somebody, I'm telling you now, it's hard enough to change yourself. You can't change somebody else. There needs to be some really tough decisions made for your own good, and we need to seek this balance and this justice and this reciprocal love energy in all of your relationships. Okay. I also feel like if you are in a long-term relationship and something negative happened in the past, you need to figure out a way to release that. We can't be dwelling on the past, and the sunrise and the earth is all about moving forward into the future. So we have to figure out a way to release it. A lot of times we logically will let something go, but we don't release it in our heart. So you might have to do some work between your head and your heart to release something. And I'm also seeing that kind of replayed over here in the head and the heart as well. body, mind, and soul. You want to be in a position where you feel like you're feeding your body, mind, and soul. And I also feel like you need to be feeding and loving yourself first, and that's when you can love your other person. This also came up with group number 1 as well. This is a mature love. This is not one of those, they've cheated on me 5 times, we've broken up 3 times, let's get back together. No, this is moving on forward from that and finding that mature love where you are who you are, they are who they are, and you guys are together because you want to be, not because you feel like you had this connection in a past life that, yeah, you had a connection in a past life and it went really bad then too. So I hope that makes sense. Career. Let's talk about career for group number 3. I'm laughing because we want to see the King of Pentacles in a career. We want to see any pentacles. Career is what we want to see that in. And then we get the Knight of Wands. So our passion. This is kind of a little bit of conflicting energy. Earth is related to pentacles. Earth is related to material things. The King of Pentacles has been there, done that. He wrote the book on it. He controls his finances. 2024 is a year for you to take control of your finances. Fake it till you make it. If you don't know how to be the King of Pentacles, you need to start thinking about, like, what would the King of Pentacles do in this situation? The King of Pentacles would put, so much money away. He would invest it in this way, or he would save it in this way. What is your definition of somebody who is in complete control of their future in regards to money, in regards to their career? That person is who we are embodying. But we're not forgetting that it should be fun. We're not forgetting that we have a passion for this. I said they're a little bit opposites in a way, because the Knight of Wands follows his passion, but he doesn't care about money. He's going to go like, ooh, I'm excited about this. I'm going to go over here. 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 The Knight of Wands would probably be somebody who is a big job hopper. You would see that they had like 5 different jobs in the last 3 years, because they just are like, hey, you know what, this isn't feeding my passion anymore. I'm not going to be here. And they leave. So it's a very quick kind of in and out kind of energy. I feel like they work really well together, because we want to do something that we like, right? We want to do something that we're good at. Usually we have a passion for things that we're good at, or we're good at it because we have a passion for it. But then the King of Pentacles monetizes that. The King of Pentacles is practical about that. The King of Pentacles makes your passion like reality. So I love that both of these cards are here when we're talking about career. If this does not talk about the career that you are currently in, we need to start thinking about how to embrace this energy to carry you to that next level where you are in charge of your future and your fortune. And same here, if what I was describing out of these cards, if that's not how you feel about your current situation, we're using that Justice, we're using this Temperance, we are being very grounded actually in both of these aspects, because we've got that Earth card in how we are moving forward, and every day we're setting the intentions I set the intention to be in a relationship where I have this reciprocal energy, where I feel like my needs are being met and I meet the needs of my partner. I put out that intention that every single day I embrace this King of Pentacles energy, where I love what I do. It sets me on fire. I am so passionate about it, but I make money at it and I am a boss. All right, so personal development. Our personal development, interesting, because this kind of was, group 2 was very interesting about this too. Personal development is going to be all about relationships. We get the 5 of Wands and we get the 3 of Cups. And the energies in these two cards, look at how the duality, like I said, there is a tension between these two energies, but they can work together. We're getting that also with the 5 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. And look at how different the interactions between people are on these. So the 5 of, any 5s that we have, this is a challenge. People are going to challenge you in 2024. So you can either use it to get lost in this battle and get injured and injure other people, or you can use it to your advantage. I see competition as one of those things, like if you are a basketball star, you want to be competing against people who are better than you. If you are in business, you want to surround yourself by people who are better than you. There's going to be conflicts, and those conflicts are opportunities for you to grow, opportunities for you to be better. And that's what the 3 of Cups is here. It becomes this harmony between you and other people when you start getting on the same page, when you start getting better. So this is you surrounding yourself by people who are strong and who are strong-willed and who have opinions. And sometimes those opinions aren't for you, and that's okay. We start to find harmony in the 3 of Cups because we're sharing. You're going to surround yourself by people, or it would be beneficial to surround yourself by people who have different opinions than you, who have different skill sets than you, who aren't your exact copy, who aren't just like yes men, and who you aren't yes men, because this is an expansion, this is a growth, this is that competition the fierce competition that makes you better, and the end result is growing together and being together. Have you seen Cobra Kai? If you've seen The Karate Kid, big movie in the 80s, iconic movie of the 80s, Cobra Kai comes out. That is kind of like those guys grew up and what they're doing now as adults. And originally they start off having a conflict with each other because they pick up that same conflict they had in the 80s. But they're adults now. And through the series they grow and they realize that their perspective isn't the only perspective, that the world is bigger than who they are, and that there is room for everybody to be who they are. And begrudgingly, sometimes they work together, sometimes they fight. Each time, though, it makes them better. So I don't think I ruined Cobra Kai for you if you haven't seen it. I think it's actually a very good series and I highly recommend it. So in 2024, you might want to check that out too. But that's what that reminds me of and sometimes, we go home at night. It's not like everything resolves that day. Sometimes we go home at night and we're not really happy with what happened, but we have a new day. Let everything reset. Don't take that anger with you. Set the intention out there that okay, I'm going to go back to this conflict and I'm actually going to let it do its work on me and make me better. So that's what I have, group 3. I really love this for you. I feel like there's a lot of growth here in 2024. 2024 is a growth for you because I feel like it might be the first time that you are really focusing on yourself. It might be the first time that you are really deciding what is good for you. And I feel like it might even be the first time that you're actually standing up for yourself. And that might be some of the conflict here in the personal growth, is when you start standing out and you start being somebody who people don't expect that you were, like you're growing. I mean, we're supposed to grow and change. There's a meme about like, you've changed, and it's like, yeah, we're supposed to grow and change. We're supposed to be different people. But it is, the 3 of Cups is respecting the other people, and we had this great battle, let's go have a beer afterwards and hang out together. Maybe a glass of wine here with the Three of Cups. But the Three of Cups is finding harmony in that. Same with kind of like this, kind of the same idea over here when we've got the cups, but she's finding harmony within and balance within herself, because she knows that she can be in a relationship until she is her best self, like, and showing up as her best self for her partner. You know, that part of this personal development and this tension here that we have between other people, it might spill over into the love life or your romantic partnership as well. So just remember, like, we don't want to beat up on the people we love, but we do want to stand up for ourselves. And sometimes the best way is, you know, just agree to disagree. No, but we don't have to be carbon copies of each other. And I really feel like that's important for you to hear, because I think that you have been trying to follow a guide, and that worked for them, but now you have to find your own way. You have to wake up every day and figure out what is right for you. So that's what I have for you, Group 3. I hope that you have an amazing day and an amazing year. Thanks for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading.